Welcome back, everyone, to Global War 1936, Operation Lone Ranger. This time we're doing turn number 14 for the KMT in the United States. So for the U.S., I got my tech rolls lined up here. So we're going to go for Advanced Mech, Airborne, Amphib Doctrine, Heavy Tanks, Jet Fighters, Long Range Aircraft, and Large Ship Construction. So, before we do that, I marked on the map here that we needed to roll for this interdicting coastal submarine that the Republican Spanish have. And if they hit at a 2 or less, then National Spain loses that Lend-Lease. Oh, man. Oh, wow. All right. The tide has turned in the Spanish Civil War, and at least for now, we'll see if that continues to go the Republicans' way or not. But that really hurts. Now, the Italians, they don't receive anything in return for that. If the Italians were below, which they never are, but if a country is below its wartime production or its full production, then they would get a die roll to increase their IPP production. So, unfortunately, as the Axis, they all start out at their wartime production. So, when their Lend-Lease gets interdicted, it's there's no caveat or anything, so they're screwed. All right, let's roll for some techs. And see what all we get. I really want jet fighters. Oh, no, we didn't get jets. Dang it. Rolled a 2. Advanced mechs. Failed on that. Failed on Amphib. Failed on long-range aircraft. We got Airborne Doctrine, and then we failed on heavy armor. Didn't we only get one last time, and then we had to make it up? I can't remember. It seems like last turn we did really bad on techs. Let's see if we can at least hit large ship construction. That's going to be at an 8 or higher. Okay, we do hit on that. So we salvaged something. Oh, it's like deja vu all over again. So, Airborne Doctrine goes up to stage 2, and large ship goes up to 8. Stage 3. Okay. All right, let's come over to purchases. So this is what I've bought. Since we didn't hit on jet fighters, I saved $12 just in case if we did hit on jet fighters, but we didn't, so we'll get to spend that. But so far, I've purchased a heavy strategic bomber, 2 naval transports. They're going to go in the Pacific Theater. 2 Marines, of course, they're going to go in the Pacific. And then a militia that's going to go into Hawaii. And then for Lend-Lease, we're going to do a militia upgrade for the Republican Spain. Lend-Lease a fighter to the British. Lend-Lease a medium armor to the Free French. And Lend-Lease a medium armor to the Soviets. And then the remaining $12 that we have, we are going to buy... honestly, I almost feel like we need to start construction on more ships in the Pacific because this Japanese fleet is massive. And I think even with our combined guys, it's going to be, well, let me just put it this way. No one's going to attack the other because it's like, is it worth the risk, you know? Oh, man. It's like pre-World War I, you know, it's like a naval race, trying to build up and see who can outbuild the other. When's it all going to come to a head? I know what we need to do. Let's buy 2 medium armor for 6. That's going to be last of our 12. And we can use those here in the European theater. Okay. All right, so for combat moves, man, we don't even have long-range aircraft yet. Oh, this is bad. You know, our tech is, for as many techs as we get to roll for, we have not done great. The Germans have completed 6. We've completed 5. I definitely think it's sub-average, but it is what it is. I'm really tempted to just try some strategic bombing, but not yet. I don't think we can really be aggressive here yet. Let's come over to the Pacific. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3. We don't want to leave too little of a defense in Hawaii. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could take out those naval transports. 1, 2, 3. But his fleet could split up here. These guys only have a movement of 2. 2, 3. 1, 2. These guys have a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. So they could make it up there. Oh, man. Here's the problem. If we split our force off to go help out these guys in the Aleutians, then that's less guys defending Hawaii. If we pour everything into Hawaii, which I think we might have to do, then they're just going to keep going up here, you know? So, I mean, we're going to have to send some blockers up here so that they can't, well, I guess they could land over here too, couldn't they? Oh, man. This is bad. Could go after the Marshall Islands. Then we would leave Hawaii exposed, and that's worth 2 IPP. And then they would be set up to attack home country. They got 4 battleships, 3 fleet carriers, 3 light carriers. And they got more reinforcements on the way. It's just crazy. I mean, as much as I hate to do it, I mean, I want to block these guys off. 1, 2, 3. Because I don't want them Oh, and I forgot to mention too, I think on Japan's turn, since Japan took over Attu and Kiska, they now have another strategic objective, Pacific Buffer Zone. So the Axis are up to 9 now. Allies are at 5. Comintern is at 4. So the Axis are ahead by a pretty good margin. If we split some guys off, one, two, three, maybe some destroyers. Yeah, we don't have any combat this round. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking more in terms of non-combat. I think we're going to move these 2 destroyers, 1, 2, 3. We have 4 destroyers there. And then we'll send 1 more destroyer up, 1, 2, 3, in the Gulf of Alaska. These 2 destroyers will come over and join these guys in Hawaii. Along with these 2 battleships. I'm going to, like I did with the Japanese fleet, I'm going to split that up into 2 different unit cards. These guys will come over into Hawaii as well. Along with this carrier and the aircraft. I just feel like we have to respond in some way up here. We can't just let them take it for free, so. Because I guarantee you on Japan's next turn, if we don't have anything up here to prevent them from amphib assaulting, they're just gonna either take the Aleutians or take Alaska or both, you know. So, I mean, they could still launch an amphib assault into Alaska here from P1. But then they would be sacrificing their attack naval transports. So hopefully this move here will force them to retreat. Okay, these submerged submarines, coastal submarines, they are going to retreat back 1 to Hawaii. No, I take that back. We're going to go up 1 into P21. That way, I guess they could always go around, but I know what we can do. 1 in P19, 1 in P21. They could still go around, but, you know, I mean, if they want to go through, then whatever they send up here to counter our destroyers, then we can get an option to attack whatever ships they send through. Let's see. We also have these troops over here in the Atlantic. So these guys are going to come over 1, 2 into northern Algeria and drop off an infantry and a light armor. And then that guy will go into port. And then this transport here will come into A22 and drop off 2 guys in London. I guess technically they'll be here on the US card. And he likewise will go into port. Okay. We got 2 fighters in New England. They're going to come out 1, 2, 3. Yes, there is an airfield there. Good. So these fighters only have a range of 5 because of the airfield. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into southern England. But these strategic bombers will get 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into London. And they'll join up with these other bombers. Okay. Yeah, these 2 troop transports will just stay there. These 2 coastal submarines, they'll come over to A42. This seaplane is going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Gibraltar. And I think that's going to do it. So let's place some units. Heavy strategic bomber and these 2 medium tanks are going to go into... Well, the heavy strategic bomber will go into New England. And then the 2 medium tanks will go into New York. And then these other guys go into the Pacific. So 2 naval transports in San Francisco, 2 Marines. And then this other militia will go into Hawaii. And those 2 naval transports in San Francisco will go into port. They'll start out in port. Okay, now for Lend-Lease. All right, Republican Spain upgrade. Leaves the Carolinas 1, 2, oh wait. Is produced in Washington, D.C., so it leaves there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets recharged at Gibraltar, and then 6 into Eastern Andalusia. Let's see. This medium tank will be produced in Washington, D.C. 1, 2, 3 to French Guiana, where they have a major port now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Cameroon. British fighter, produced in New York, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A21. And that's going to be here on this card in Southern England. And then the medium armor Lend-Lease will also be produced in New York. Leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recharged in Scotland. 1, 2, 3, 4, and dropped off in Kola. And that will do it for unit placement. All right, let's collect some income. So our base is 61. We get plus 12 for home country. So that's going to put us at 73 for our total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 73. And then we also have to add up our combined total with the UK. And I'll do that off camera. I can tell you right now it's going to be more than double that of the USSR. So we get to keep Triumph of Capitalism, which keeps us at 5 strategic objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys, that will do it for turn 14 for the USA. Next up, we will start a brand new turn 15 for Nationalist Spain and Germany. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.